Live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. This is the morning show. I've got the king of dry powder, Steve Strazza, Mountain Man, JC Press with me today. Jason Purrs is here. Kenny Glick is here. It's a short week, but it's a busy week. It's always a busy week because there's always things to discuss. Bull market, bear market, doesn't matter. People are asking. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Phil and Risky and Big Nasty and Not on Call and Mary and Harminder. What's up, guys? Hope you had a good weekend. Let's get the show on the road here, and we'll see where it takes us, all right? If you're watching us on YouTube, do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that.
All right. How's everybody's weekend?
It was a lovely weekend. It went by very quickly.
Yeah. All right.
It was a great weekend.
The situation with MicroStrategy and JP Morgan, I'm really enjoying. Okay.
Dude, I mean, listen, I'm getting text messages from Strazza. What was that? Was that Saturday morning?
Oh, yeah, Daddy was doing some work. Mm-hmm.
Man, I missed the days when Strazza would text me on Saturday mornings. Years ago, this was a regular occurrence. Remember those days, Strazza?
Yeah.
Strazza just texting me on Saturday mornings. I'm just trying to take a nice walk with my family.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I'm getting text messages about YOLOs of random altcoins I've never heard of. Remember, like Harmony and like all kinds of randos. I kind of miss those days.
So I sent JC this fine Saturday morning, basically a dividend commitment schedule of all of the MicroStrategy preferred vehicles.
Can we show that? Can you walk me through that? Because I'm not smart enough to understand what the hell that was.
The numbers on here are probably wrong. I had to yell at my chat GPT a couple times, but it's an estimate, right? The bottom line is they've issued all these securities with super high yields, and now they do have to pay. It's close to $1 billion a year when you estimate these payments.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Now, are they mandatory is the big question. It seems like in a lot of cases, these are not mandatory. Fine. So the people on Twitter are the crazy MicroStrategy bulls are going to come back and say, they don't have to pay them. Well, here's what happens. When your strategy is intelligent leverage and you call the capital market system an ATM because you plan to just go to it and keep raising capital. Once you tell people you can't pay the dividend on the 5 securities you already floated to the market, then guess what happens on the next one? Right? The next time you go to raise capital. So fine, maybe some of these dividends are not mandatory. Some are definitely cumulative, but it just kills their strategy. It ends the whole money machine, right? They have to.
I like how it's killing their strategy.
Well, Steve, the dividend is that's not the entire part of this pie, right? I mean, that's not the only reason to own. Well, I guess for these it would be. Actually, never mind. Yeah, for these, okay.
People are in the preferreds for these massive deals.
Yeah,
they're not going to get them.
For the preferreds, it would be. Okay, yeah.
They'll have the first claims on Bitcoin when they liquidate.
That's something.
So, I don't know. Look, it's an interesting development here. I think MicroStrategy does dig in and bounce, and people stop talking about this for a while, and then it comes back probably in the future. I mean, this would be a quick drop to zero if we just kept bleeding lower here. So I think there is some sort of bounce, and this kind of goes away for a while. Bitcoin survives, but expect this story to come back in the future because it won't be different, right? Oh, it's so good. A lot of good stuff. So then on top of it, all of these crypto crazies.
Too good. Too soon.
All right.
No, it's hilarious. It's so perfect. But all of these crypto crazies, this happens like once a year where the crypto investing community really shows you who they are. And for a level-headed investor, it should scare the shit out of you because these people are nuts. They're closing their JP Morgan bank accounts. They're blaming Jamie Dimon. Grant Cardone is out here accusing JP Morgan and Chase of fraud. Nothing about Bitcoin or MicroStrategy matters that much to JP Morgan at all.
Wait, is this all because JP Morgan put out the warning about MicroStrategy in the indexes? Is
that's how it began? So there was a sell side note, and the community lost their mind.
Yeah,
because JP Morgan said something negative about MicroStrategy, and index exclusion was really the story there.
right.
Basically, their note was like, "Hey guys, this could end badly in more than just one way." And MicroStrategy investors and Bitcoin hodl people lost their minds.
I like how you call them Bitcoin hodl people.
They're hodl people. Yeah, that's not racist.
No, so we're getting, people saying, Brian Harris saying JC should be circling the wagons with all this negative sentiment. To be perfectly honest, it's really not that bad. I mean, it's really just a stock that sucks. The sentiment itself is not that bad when you look at the short interest. I just want to give a shout out to the short sellers. Short percentage of total float is 8%. What's the short ratio?
Yeah, we've seen that bigger. We've seen that number higher for sure.
Short ratio is probably nothing. Let's see right now. My note this morning that hasn't gone out just yet is all about short selling and kind of thanking short sellers for all of their all of their hard work. Here we go. Short ratio is 2. There's not really a lot of sentiment. I'm not seeing the negative sentiment. I'm just seeing a stock that's making new 52-week lows and just sucks.
No, JC, it's the opposite. It's super scary still because sentiment's not negative at all. These people are fucking balls to the wall bullish. Yep. Sailor put out a tweet this weekend saying something about like, are you ever going to sell Bitcoin? 86% of people said no. Like, here's one from the chat. Like, a lot of this from me this weekend. MicroStrategy isn't going to get liquidated. Laughing my ass off. They had a 30K cost basis in 2022 when BTC went to 60. It's like 85 today, but that doesn't matter that much. But that's where we're at. People think it's funny. Like the idea that intelligent leverage actually isn't that intelligent at all. They think that's funny because they've drank so much Kool-Aid.
No, this is a great one. Thundercat saying it's not shorters, it's just sellers. Right. Nice. Perfect. And Grant Cardone, I don't know what a Grant Cardone is or why I should care. So
he's like a real estate guru. Some of these real estate guys are worse than the stock market ones.
I don't know what a real estate
some of them is. Steve. Some of them.
That's just crazy what they do.
If I hear real estate guru, I know to not let my children alone with that person. You can't,
he does the conference circuit around here.
In that case, as long as he's in the conference circuit, then he must.
Oh, I'm just saying, I have to like stand in the same room with him sometimes. It sucks.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I don't know what a Grant Cardone is. Is it a dude? I imagine.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry about him.
This was interesting. This was coming from Bitwise over the weekend, talking about the whales. Look at that spike in whales. So 2 things. Number one, I don't know what this means, but I like it. I don't know what it means, but I mean, it's a lot of whales. I didn't know that how few whales there were. So these are whale wallets, which are wallets with more than 1,000 Bitcoin. So 1,000 Bitcoin is going to run you about, a little under $90 million. So the ripper that we have seen in wallets with over $90 million worth of Bitcoin in it is literally skyrocketing.
Yeah. So what do you make of this?
I don't know. I don't know. I was going to ask you, I don't know. I don't know what it means. I like it. I like the chart. I think it's cool. I don't know what it means. Are you selling into the smart money, right? Are the big wallets loading up as people are selling into these wallets? Are all these wallets the same entity and they're just diversifying it among different wallets? Like, these are the things I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an answer. I wanted to bring it to the attention of the chat. I know we got a lot of smart people in the chat. We got a couple of smart people right here on the show. Steve Strazza, Spencer Israel. Any thoughts? What does this mean?
Well, I was going to say, is there maybe some kind of like market dynamics glitch that would cause this green line to go?
No, this is all on the old blocking chain.
No, I understand that, but to your point about is it all the same person or whatever?
If it's all the same person, it's not a glitch. That's by design.
Unanswerable questions. No, but like, is this related to all that forced selling from like a few weeks ago, right? I don't know.
What do you guys think about my office? Is it woodsy?
Oh wow! Where are you?
I'm in the Poconos.
You're in the mountains.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Zoom out.
I'm on Starlink. How's the internet? Not bad, right?
It's good. It's really good.
Not bad. The guy came in, by the way, remember I was hating on Starlink? I'm like, they're not calling me back,
Yeah,
They
you were.
totally redeemed themselves, right? To quote, the great Dumb and Dumber. They totally redeemed themselves. They did a hell of a job. I wasn't even here. I was at a football game. My daughter was cheerleading, and I was at a football game. I electronically let him into the house.
Oh yeah.
And he did the thing, and then boom, and we got it going. So here's so the internet is actually called Bruce the Moose. Am I doxing my internet name here?
Don't do that.
So Bruce the Moose, here's slide 2. Throw that up. So the people who don't know Bruce,
Wait now.
I inherited Bruce with the house. He just came. He part of the family. There's Bruce right there sitting on the mantle.
That's real?
It is a and it's way bigger than you think.
Yeah. They're large animals.
Moose's nose sticks out halfway across the living room.
Yeah, large animals.
So he just came with the crib. And then so we walk in, the kids saw the house for the first time. I had already seen it. We bought the house. Nobody in my family had seen it yet. I was the only one. So I was like, all right, kids, say hi to your new roommate, Bruce the Moose. And they're walking in. They're like, hey, Bruce.
You expect me to believe that Morgan didn't look at this house before you
No,
bought it?
of course.
I'm going to ask her.
Not.
All right.
The first time that she saw the house live in person, we had already closed on it. Like we were coming in, dropping stuff off. I mean, she
you don't live that far away from it. Why would you do something?
Because we were down at the shore.
You're
so we were far away. We were like 3 hours away because we were down in Avalon. Okay. So I drove.
Well, but you had a chance, obviously, in your 30-day period to change your mind.
Oh, no. By the time she saw it, it was already a done deal.
It was after the 30-day window had passed.
Yeah, we had already bought it. It was over. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, my wife was like, yo, you were right.
This is an open door bull story. This is an open door bull story. That's what he's getting.
Open door bull story. All right. Let's see. I got a couple of things.
Hold on. Go back to that chart. The Bitcoin 1K holders. This chart made its rounds end of last year on post-Trump crypto rally. I think this is super concerning because we opened the door to institutions. We said, all the large players are now in Bitcoin. And no, they're not. They actually poured out of it. So this line stopped going up as soon as all the institutions were buying in. I think that's very strange.
Yeah, that's why I said I like this chart. I don't know what it means, but I like it. I don't know. It kind of just makes me feel good,
That line was cratering while the narrative was all the institutions are getting it. So I can't square those two situations.
Here, while we have,
I don't know, Steve. It probably just nets out though, because the inflows have been so crazy to these Bitcoin funds.
I guess that's a good. Yeah, there you go, Spencer.
I don't think.
All right, let's get to TradFi. Are we done with the funny money?
I don't either.
We didn't even do a state of the markets. Can we do a state of the markets?
No, the last time Bitcoin looked this bad, poor Bruce the Moose was still alive.
We've been saying,
dude, I'm gonna put Christmas lights on Bruce's antlers tonight. I'll take a picture. We got those Christmas lights that don't have that you don't have to plug it in. They come with the battery, and I'm gonna put the lights on his antlers.
We did tree yesterday. And I think I'm going to pay somebody to do lights out front because that's
how to do it. No, I'm not getting the risk reward of climbing on a roof. No, thanks. No way. That's for people who have nothing to lose. Let's do a state of the markets and then we'll do TradFi. Come on.
What is? Okay, fine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the Dow futures up 150, 150. That's 1/3%, 46,475. S&P 500 futures up 2/3%, 42 handles, 6662 for S&Ps. Nasdaq 100 leading the way, up 1%, 235 points to the upside, 24,540 for the Nasdaq. 30-year bond futures up 1/4% at 117. Copper down 2/3%, just under 5. Gold flat this morning, 40.77. Silver also flat, just under 50, with the VIX down to 22.5 over in funny money land. You got Bitcoin at 86,400, down 0.5%. 86,000 up from 8,000, just an FYI. So big move off the lows last week. Then you got old Ethereum, 2820, up 0.75%. So this is 2820 up from 2620, so up 200 points off the lows from last week. And then, of course, Solana 130 flat on the day, up from 122. That 122 level continues to play a role. It did in June, doing it again. Total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, 2.92 trillion.
Oh,
2.92 trillion, up from 2.73.
I would have thought it would be above 3 this morning, but I didn't look. So, okay, fine.
Drop slide 6. So we are now officially 10 weeks into this correction from September the 11th. That is the day that the percentage of stocks on the New York Stock Exchange in uptrends peaked. So in other words, the stocks on the New York Stock Exchange, the ones in uptrends, peaked on September the 11th. That also happened to be the day that the advanced decline line on the New York Stock Exchange also peaked. So from an internals perspective, you could really see the correction taking place over the last 10 weeks officially. Now into week 11, if it's not over, right? I don't know if it's over. I guess we'll see. Look at healthcare up double digits during that period. Utilities, energy up during that period. NASDAQ 100 actually up 1% during this correction. Technology as well. Dow up, S&P's up. So even within the context of a 10-week correction, all of the major indexes are actually up. It's really been the rotation taking place under the surface. And the big loser, I think this number doesn't tell the whole story, is really consumer discretionary. Consumer discretionary down 5% on a market cap weighted basis. I don't think tells the whole story. It's much worse than that, I think. I think that's probably what's hiding here the most. And the materials, again, a lot of precious metal stocks still acting really well. I think a lot of these chemicals names holding this back. But this is what that looks like during this correction.
What is the significance of September 11th as a starting point?
For the 297th time, this is the day that the percentage of stocks on the New York Stock Exchange above their 200-day peaked. So stocks in uptrends on the New York Stock Exchange, that number peaked on September the 11th. We've talked about it on the show every week since then. And also, that was the day that the advanced decline line peaked.
Okay.
Throw up this chart. Here's a good one for you. This is the chart of the week.
Rough out there. 5% in discretionary. Yikes.
But it's worse than that. It's worse than that, Strazza. I was just saying, it's not. It's worse than that 5% number. In fact, on an equally weighted basis, it's down 8%.
Yeah.
During that period. Worse than that.
And you know what's funny about the healthcare too is how many times have you guys said that news tends to arrive in the direction of whatever the trend is. So this morning, a lot of healthcare stocks trading higher because there was a headline out of the White House that they're going to extend the Obamacare subsidies for 2 more years. So Oscar Health, not that Oscar Health is a big weighting of XLV. It's not, but the point still stands. Up 20%. Basically, all health insurance stocks go up this morning, right? So it's just news in that direction.
September 30th, the deal that the White House made with Pfizer was an absolute clearing event for the entire sector. It sparked a momentum thrust.
What happened that day? Remind me.
It confirmed a trend reversal in XLV. That's when Pfizer made whatever little sweetheart deal that they made with the government about, I don't even fucking know. But that's when we got the momentum thrust. Boom, boom, too big.
You don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
No, I look, you could chat GPT it.
Yeah, look, Centene, right? It's up 10% this morning, right? Basically, any health insurance stock is up this morning.
We'll be selling the doubles on that this morning.
I just want to say how much I appreciate you using ChatGPT as a verb.
I hate ChatGPT, and I hate myself that I still use it so much. I'm trying to convert to a Gemini.
I'm hearing the Gemini is doing great. I'm hearing the Gemini is sick.
Look, obviously Google's going to win this race. I know they missed it. They missed AI.
There was a lot of ink spilled this weekend about how Google is actually the winner of AI.
Well, if you look at the price of the stock,
we've been saying all year, this is the best Mag 7 stock that you could buy with your money. Why? Yeah. Because it was just cheaper on a basic price to earnings basis, far cheaper than all of its peers. You can't wrap your head around the Tesla valuation. Google, you look at and you're like, Jesus, it's like buying an airline stock. Why is it so cheap? So, I mean, this one, you could literally just rotate money and run a Mag 7 strategy, rotate out of the ones that get too expensive into the ones that get cheap, and then just let them play catch up and catch down all day. I'm sure advisors do that.
One of the things that's interesting is that, people like to say that, this is a defensive rotation into healthcare. Well, I got to tell you something. Yeah. I don't think that there is anything at all defensive about biotechnology stocks that don't make any money and always having to borrow money and all these things are schlocky garbage.
Fine.
And here they are making new multi-year highs.
I mean, you know what the relative trend looks like, right? It moves literally in the opposite direction of the major averages. You know this.
Biotechnology?
No, healthcare.
Okay, no,
Healthcare
I don't care about healthcare. We're talking about biotechs.
Okay, but healthcare.
Biotechnologies do not move inversely on a relative basis to the S&P 500, sir.
Sometimes they do. Healthcare leadership is
like never.
Get the chart. Healthcare leadership is, let's get an XLV SPY versus SPY.
We're not okay. I understand you want to make a point that healthcare is defensive, and I understand it's got defensive qualities. Again, we're not talking about fucking healthcare. We're talking about biotechnology.
Like it's not healthcare. But biotech is healthcare. I don't understand.
Well, first of all, there's a lot of stocks that are healthcare.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. But this goes back to the
healthcare is a very diversified sector. You got medical equipment that are not healthcare. They're fucking technology stocks. They're robots doing surgery. There's nothing healthcare about it. They just stick them in hospitals, so they categorize them that way.
No, hold on.
There's nothing healthcare about medical devices.
Yeah, and JC, and you were making a comment about discretionary before. It's the same idea. There is dispersion in every sector. Every sector has winners and losers.
Not so much discretionary. Discretionary is discretionary. Why you're saying
no. There is dispersion in every sector. Maybe not like utilities, but like every sector. Okay, healthcare really is no different. Biotech is offense. Insurers are defense, right? Devices, I guess, is kind of.
Well, the insurers are in the financials, so they're not even in devices.
Healthcare. The reason why a lot of these stocks move in a defensive manner is because their cash flows are far safer and less impacted by the business cycle, right? People tend not to cut healthcare purchases in the same way that they'll cut other discretionary purchases.
Maybe, but biotechnology and medical equipment are not healthcare, or at least they're not the defensive side of healthcare. Would you agree with that?
I wouldn't. I think medical equipment is defensive in nature, and we've seen it over the years.
Yeah, Intuitive Surgical is a defensive. It's a safe haven stock, huh?
That's a good one.
Although I do think it's funny that JC, you know, the guy who was like the war, he lives his life through the indexes in a way, right? And what is and isn't included is saying that biotech is not healthcare when it.
No, it is. Technically, it is. Of course, you have to consider it healthcare, but there's nothing defensive about it.
Okay.
Miss Unique says it's not a part of healthcare. Done. Book it. She's right.
Can we move on from this? We have Kenny lurking backstage. Let's move on.
I'm just saying.
Wait, JC, what was the point you were trying to make? I've lost the plot here.
The point I'm trying to make is that healthcare is doing well, to your point. Healthcare sniffed out whatever news you claim is moving it this morning. Fine. But biotechnology has nothing to do with any of that shit. These are speculative growth stocks.
I think.
Sultry says 25 years in the medical devices industry over here. What can I help you with? Nothing.
I think this sums it up. I think
so. What you're saying is you're in the tech sector, sir?
Nothing to do with this.
Nobody over debates sectors more than us.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you asking us how you can help. You know how you can help? Can you tell Strazza that medical equipment stocks are technology stocks?
It's not going to change the way Strazza acts in the market. At the end of the day.
That's true.
Right?
Nobody asked for this chart. Doesn't matter.
By the way, speaking of healthcare, big loser of the day is Novo Nordisk. Turns out the GLP-1s are not the panacea that we thought, or that some people thought, and their GLP-1 did not show good results in treating Alzheimer's. So,
you know, how is it that Lilly's is so good and theirs is such shit? And this,
I was just wondering that.
We've always said these stocks will move together. We've been wrong. They're moving in the complete opposite direction now, very clearly. So
you know when here's like a life hack. You know when you know that you're exercising right and you're eating healthy, when people accuse you of taking those fat pills or whatever, the fat injections.
That's probably a compliment.
Yeah. Nobody's accused me of that, by the way.
It's a mean thing to do. First of all, people should mind their business. You know what I mean? Like, what does it matter? But you hear it a lot. I was watching a talk show the other night, and one guy, the host, is shitting on the thing, and then one of the guys on the panel is like, "Well, I'm on him." It's like it's a tough conversation to have. You know what I mean? That happens a lot. So I don't know. It's like great.
Mount Airy Lodge still in the Poconos. I don't go there. It's a casino. It's a tax on the stupid. I like to go to the Woodlock Lodge. Woodlock, dude, that place is sick. Spencer,
it's famous.
Listen,
what?
Your wife has gone through a rough 6 months, and then the 9 months before that, and she has to deal with you.
I know.
So God bless her. Take her to Woodlock. It's not far.
Okay.
Take her to Woodlock.
Right.
Dude, it's awesome. Use the spa, other things. Your
Okay.
wife earns it. I mean, come on.
I'll take her. We'll just leave the kid at home by himself. He's fine.
Don't
He
you
can
have an
almost,
in-law that could bring in the mix?
he can almost roll, so it's fine. He's okay. Just leave him there and then
Stick him in a cage. Go to Woodlock. Dude,
Got it.
Woodlock it's far. It's up there.
all right.
And I have just something as the Airbnb expert that I've become over the years. I'm like, I get emails about it, right? Like I'm really into finding special properties on Airbnb. And there's one rule about this. If it has a heart-shaped hot tub, pass. Hard pass. Never stay in an Airbnb with a heart-shaped hot tub. You'll thank me for it.
Where did this come from? Okay, fine. I won't.
No, because they have some of these like influencer, like Instagram properties that you show up and they're fucking trash. But they look nice in the pictures. So you have to be able to spot that through the marketing. And heart-shaped hot tubs are just one of the telltale signs that you're going to get.
Speaking of heart-shaped hot tubs, Kenny Glick in the house.
That's right.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tug it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Kenny Glick in the house. Hello, sir.
What's up, gangsters?
Oh, you know, just doing the thing.
You talking heart shape? I thought you were gonna get into the champagne hot tubs at the Poconos. Mount Airy Lodge. Come on, they had each room was different themes. How do I know that?
I don't want to
because you're a New Yorker, dude. The Poconos is just loaded up with New Yorkers. It's crazy how many New York. The place is run by New Yorkers.
Yeah,
it's all people from
you don't know
Brooklyn
about
and
the
Staten
champagne.
Island and Bronx.
They have hot tubs that look like champagne glasses. And
Isn't it a casino?
Mount Airy Lodge? No, I don't know if there's a casino. I know there's that casino. Actually, that casino in Bethlehem was actually much better than I thought it would be. That was good.
That's the old Bethlehem Steel. So I just want to give a shout out to Bethlehem Steel, former Dow component, for paying employees pensions for decades instead of just reinvesting that into R&D. So these fucking idiots went bankrupt. And thankfully they did, because now it's an arts and music center. There's a casino. There's a spa. I saw Santana there.
That's
I saw Slash there last year. So thank God for bad decisions and those communists that were running Bethlehem Steel there towards the end. So shout out.
All right. What's going on? I don't know.
Nothing. You tell me. It's a bull market. I don't know if you heard.
I don't know, but last night there was a couple of futures trades. This morning there was a couple of futures trades. The market's kind of silent right now, except for the Qs. So I'm sticking with the Qs. It's been a long, and now it's over. I think there's going to be some residual selling. I still think we're going down. So I'm waiting to see if the UVXY springs back to life. And if you guys have now you understand how important UVXY is, and again. A lot of the tricks to the trade were revealed on Saturday. Guys, we spent 4 hours together on Saturday to go over some of these trades. So, we're just going to sit back and wait for the trade to set up. Right now, it's the long had their day, and now that I think it's time to look to some shorts. So,
something else you did on Saturday on Kenny, which I'm glad you did, because there isn't time in the day when you're trading for you to really talk a lot about order execution and order entry. And obviously you have mastered that because you've been doing this for so long, and you have your hotkeys, and you don't even think, but like that's real. That's like the kind of like the boring fundamentals, but it needs to be talked about, right? So you talked about that yesterday as well, or whatever. Saturday.
Yeah, you know what? I used to do a lot more of that until one guy really was angry about it at the end of my class. I didn't pay to sit here for an hour and a half to teach me what button to press. Like,
it's kind of boring. Yeah, the thing is, but it's really important, right? It's really important, especially if you're trading like pre-market, like Kenny does, and a lot of people in his room do, or at right off the hop at 9:30 when everything's flying in every direction. The execution is very important, and there isn't time during the day because the orders are flying, trades are happening.
Right.
So talked about that over the weekend, and I enjoyed that.
So. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, with options, it's just like if you're trading a contract with not a lot of size on it, they'll open the spread up. In that millisecond, when you send a market order, they'll just open the spread a little bit more just to rob you. Never send market orders when you're trading options. Like never. Like I haven't sent a market order when I've traded an option maybe in 20 years.
I send market orders in when I trade zero DTE SPY.
Yeah, the SPYs and Qs, there's liquidity there, and even there you'll get a
penny
little
spreads. Fine.
Yeah, you'll get some little slippage. But if you're trading like the other couple of weeks ago, we tried to trade Rambus options. We were the only ones trading it. Thing had a 2-point spread, no volume. It couldn't even get out when it was a winning trade. That's awful. You don't want to have that happen. And then if you send market, bang, they'll gladly rip you off for 2 points hit you on the bid, and even lower the bid when you send the order. So we talked a little bit about that. It's really important. And again, when you send a stop on your option, remember, friends, stops go market. So it's got to be stop limit to prevent yourself from losing that bid or that getting hammered on the spread. So it's important to know. Some people don't know. Hey, listen, we knew somebody in the room didn't know what covering your short meant. So there you go. We have lots of rookies in there, and we addressed it. And today we're just gonna get back right into it. So hopefully you guys learned some stuff on Saturday, and we'll parlay it into some trades today.
What is it going to take? What is it going to take for you to get bullish? You think we go lower on the Qs. I get that. I respect that. What is it going to take for you to change your mind?
Price. There was a big price 603 area on the Qs. Once we broke down into that again, right now it's right. We're at an inflection point right now. So we're caught in the middle. We got that big sell off. If we break the lows, that sell off on what was it? I don't remember. Thursday. Now it's Friday's lows. So if we break Friday's lows, we got a possible August low test, which would be kind of scary for most people. I think it would be awesome. But if we get there, I think that'll be it. But on the way up, I just need a couple of days of just a little bit, a couple of days of what's the word I'm looking for? Some strength. Right now I'm not seeing it. The sellers are out there, but I don't mind this market. This is my favorite kind of market where I could take a long and a short in the same day. So bring it. And we're running out of earnings, but we're going to stay very selective today. There was one WRD. I don't know if you guys remember WeRide. They reported, so I'm watching it, and there's not much going on there. But man, it has been just about the QQQ and the UVXY right now, and that's where you want to be. Again, it's okay. It's okay not to go straying from the path right now when the market is telling you exactly what you need to know. So UVXY, if it goes green today, all hell's breaking loose again. Right now, when it's gapped down, if it goes green on a Monday, it's telling you that there's some danger, Will Robinson. So right now it's down $1.50. If you see UVXY above 62, like I said, you better be shorting something. So I'm just liking the fact that I'm liquid right now, and looking for ideas.
I am too. I am too. I got some liquidity. I'm trying to put to work. Markets are moving. I'm looking for ideas.
Yeah, I'm also looking for the quantum sector. They quote a bid. If they roll over one more time, we're back under where they broke out from in June. So that could get crazy. But once that capitulation happens, and just like the blow off top, you just want to see where there's no hope, and then suddenly there's hope, and those lows usually hold. So capitulation, catch the shorts on the wrong side, and then you get a little mini rally. But listen, if this is the market for the next couple of months, I'll take it, and because I love this volatility, and we're all doing all right. So that's where we're at, my friends. More earnings reports coming out this week, and we'll talk about it.
You can trade. Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
Kenny, the big glick. I love it. Getting liquid. It's the right thing to do.
Kenny, the big glick. Okay.
Well, usually liquid and loving it. That's my hashtag. So I got one position on, and it's VICR. So far, it's no reason to sell it so far, but that's it. I got one stock in my portfolio. Congratulations, everybody.
You can trade with Kenny every day in his room. Hitthebid.com. Use the QR code on the screen. Use the link that's in the chat. Special Black Friday offer. It's going to end, I'm assuming, this weekend. Right? So you have a few days to take advantage of it. But Kenny, we'll see you in the room, all right?
All right, man. Be good. Be careful, everybody.
Adios.
Yeah, and also he did go live for 4 hours. He said he was going to go live for like 2 hours, and he went live for almost 4 hours on Saturday. So seriously,
amazing, man.
Hats off to Kenny. Yeah,
on Saturday.
On a Saturday, yeah, from like noon to like 3:50 something.
You can't rip this guy away from his screens.
Yeah. was great.
That's awesome. Strazza
right.
sounding mookie this morning, like Blaylock.
I don't know what that means.
Can we throw up slide, throw up the trannies? Where are they? There it is, slide 7. Throw up the trannies. Look at this. This is an interesting one.
And Hunter, we're going to talk about it because you're right. You're right. You're right. Hunter's right. Man.
What do we think about this?
Doesn't excite me.
It doesn't excite you. I can't believe it. Why? Because it's not a speculative growth stock or in fucking Asia?
This is Dow. JC, this is Dow theory, correct?
No. So this is the ratio between the Dow Jones Transportation Average and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This has nothing to do with Charlie Dow or Dow theory.
Isn't Dow theory that once the transports outperform?
No.
Okay.
Absolute basis, dog.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So here we're looking at a ratio of the Dow Jones Transportation Average relative to the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Coming down here, a key support that goes back a couple of decades. Look at those bullish momentum divergences from the great financial crisis, from COVID, from now. I don't know. Is this time like those other times, Mr. Strazza?
I don't know. I think you got to see. Look, I'm happy to buy these stocks if the market tells me I should buy these stocks. It's just been forever since that.
How does the market tell you? Does it send you like a fax, or is it like a telegram? Is it like
this
a
line
with like a little note? How does the market tell you exactly?
This line would enter a clear uptrend, which it hasn't been in God, I don't know how long.
A year and a half.
You think that was a clear uptrend a year and a half ago?
After COVID, it was an uptrend. After COVID.
All right. Yeah, I guess.
You don't like this support down here, huh? It doesn't get you excited?
These would have to be stocks that would start generating alpha consistently, and then it's a pond I'll fish in. I'm open to it. I'm open to it.
You mean like C.H. Robinson, like Ryder, like Expeditors, like those kind of companies that keep going up, like those?
JC, you know what I'm saying, dog.
I do, and so I'm saying, like, you're looking for companies that are going up.
C.H. Robinson has been going in a straight line lower versus the broader market since 2000.
Here we go. So now we're going back to the relative.
It literally just hit its lowest level since 2002 versus the S&P like a year ago. So
stocks are making all-time highs, bro.
Right. Okay. We're saying the same thing.
Stocks at the highest levels in history.
Right. Doesn't mean it's a leader. Right?
It's never been higher ever.
Spencer, you picking up on?
Aren't you the one looking for clear uptrends? Now all of a sudden, now you're changing the denominator. I see how it is.
No, I'm always looking for leadership to support the stocks. Frames.
Throw up a slide 11. So I talked about this last week, and I got to tell you, it's a little bit scary where this is taking me. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I'm being a little naughty. I feel like my mind is expanding. So this is a beginner's guide to constructing the universe, the mathematical archetypes of nature, art, and science. A voyage from 1 to 10. I am on finishing up number 4. Man, it is really something. I gotta tell you. I don't know how I feel about like the feelings that I'm having. It's strange. Like you recognize these feelings that you have. I've never had these feelings before, and I don't know how I feel about it. Any psyches out there want to figure out what's going on in my head? I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, JC, as someone who doesn't know anything about math, nature, art, or science, how are you able to understand what's actually happening in this book?
It's not that complicated. It's fucking the number 1, and then the number 2. And then the number 3, so it talks about like the triangles and the completion and the 2s and the mirrors. And I mean, it is, you got the triad and the dyad.
Okay,
and
this
then,
is
circle.
This is too much for me. Sorry.
All right.
It's really not that complicated. And by the way, you claim that I know nothing about math or science. And while that might be true, in the 8th grade, I took geometry and I got the gold medal for the highest score of the whole class in geometry, which, if you knew me back then, was highly unlikely for me to win a gold medal in a class, to the point where my professor, when I went there with my parents, because they don't tell you what award you won, and I said hi to Mr. Garland, and he was from Hoboken, believe it or not, a teacher down in Miami from Hoboken, true story. He's like, "What are you doing here?" Right? This is the guy who's giving me the award for the gold medal. So anyway, there's a lot of geometry in this book. So, I don't really remember much of it, but some things are sounding familiar.
If you like this and you want to go deeper, have you heard of quadrivium? The 4 classical liberal arts of number, geometry, music, and cosmology. It's all about how the golden ratio shows up over and over and over again with real examples and math. It's way too much. But if you're into this shit, that's the one you really want. Quadrivium.
Yeah, Thundercat giving me a shout out, gold medal.
Link to that book, Spencer.
Dude, I'm not even bragging about a high school award. This was in junior high school.
Anyway.
Yeah, true story.
Drop the link to Quadrivium.
I did.
If you really want to go math crazy on golden ratio and stuff and see how it appears in nature.
So the reason I bring this
up
up is that yesterday was International Fibonacci Day. So for all of those who celebrate, shout out to math nerds all over the world. 1, 1, 2, 3, the first 4 digits of the Fibonacci sequence. All was yesterday. I poured myself a glass of Barolo and had some chicken wings as a celebration.
We're making chicken wings and homemade pizza for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
That is not okay.
We don't do turkey here. It's just I'm not having it.
Honestly, I'm really disappointed in you.
I get to make my own decisions now. We're not traveling. It's just gonna be the 2 of us. So we're gonna eat food that we like.
I support that.
Right?
Why don't you just not suck and make a good turkey?
That's impossible.
That's not impossible. My turkey is fucking delicious.
I've tried it. I've been open-minded my whole life. I'm done.
You haven't tried it. You suck at it.
Done.
Do better.
Done.
Good.
Sometimes I crave a turkey sandwich. I'll go get a turkey sandwich.
Pingala should get a mention. True story, Harminder. Pingala getting no love yesterday.
Communist.
Good call, Pingala. Pingala discovered the Fibonacci sequence before, 1,500 years before Leonardo Fibonacci, the Pisa, was even born. So shout out to Pingala. Indian dude. Good call. Good call, Harminder. Soul Tree Surf says, JC, are you cooking your own turkey? I did last year, but mother-in-law wants a turn. So, I'm making the pumpkin pie. I got the best pumpkin pie recipe. My sister's recipe. It's so freaking good.
Pumpkin
pie. It doesn't taste anything like pumpkins. So that's what I got. That's what I got. Markets are moving. You got the Dow up 160 points. You got the Nasdaq up a full percent, 260 on the Nasdaq.
The single most bullish thing that can and might and looks good to happen this week, right? Monday morning, bell rings in 15 minutes. Industrials dug in Friday. You're starting to see a little follow through life here. Dig in, fail this top, and the big banks. If you see Citigroup, Wells, they're right there. Zoom back to fresh highs. I mean, it's on. I think would be the single biggest development. If the big banks dig in and be like, everything's fine here, right back to new highs, break out of these coils. I think that's super bullish. That'll save the little top in XLF. Industrials likely follow. And I think that's big bullish evidence that maybe, just maybe a tradable low is finally in.
Jason Purse is about to hop in.
To your point, Strazza, regional banks up last week while everybody's crying about their shitty tech stocks. Regional banks up last week. Home construction up last week, both going out at the highs for the week.
Let the banks go back into the private lending markets. We would rather them do it than these private equity companies. This is the dumbest shit ever. Regional banks should be fine because they're not even allowed to have any of that business that people are concerned about right now, right? Like they should be digging in. But the big banks, the fact that they can't participate in these markets, you want them. They're the responsible ones. You don't want Blackstone and KKR running these markets. That's absolutely insane. So I think this is a regulatory faux pas right now in a big way that just been here for 15 years and that we've never corrected. But why are the big banks, the best lenders in the world, not allowed to give these risky loans? It's quite stupid. It's actually quite stupid.
Brined spatchcocked turkey. It's the only way to do it. Brined spatchcock.
Okay. Don't know.
Keep it in your pants, Strazza. We're talking about the way that it's Relax.
No, but speaking of Thanksgiving and turkey and all that, I got a message on Saturday night from one Jason Purrs. He said we should do a live stream on a Thursday. I said okay, like what about what? He goes, I don't know, just a good day. Holidays are a great day to talk markets.
No, it's true. It's true. People hate spending
right.
time with their families, so they're always looking for excuses to get out of there. Give people what they want.
I was like, all right, so this is what we're gonna do on this Thursday. Probably around 9:00. Jason and I are just gonna hop on and we'll do a little thing and we'll talk.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Be there.
all right, Steve's gonna hop in too.
Yeah, I might be there too. We'll see. See what I don't know where I'm gonna. I don't know what my
just
Thursday
for like
looks
20
like.
minutes, a half hour in the morning. Markets aren't open, obviously, but let's.
Well, they're open all over the world.
Well,
Markets are open. Just the New York Stock Exchange is closed, but the rest of the world doesn't give a shit that we celebrate Thanksgiving, which is unfortunate because Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Did you know that?
We do have Jason Purrs in our house right now, so
bring him out. Bring him out.
Jason, is your camera? Yes, it is. Okay, cool.
Yo, what's good?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Everything. It's a bull market.
It is a bull market.
A whole percent today.
Is it going to be a bull market on Thanksgiving? Will JC join us and Steve? I did hear that.
What was that year that we had some kind of European debt crisis during Thanksgiving? Was that like 2010 or 2011? Remember?
2020. Yeah, I think it was 2010. I think that
shit was hitting the fan during Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
you remember?
That was a mess.
It was a mess. I remember being there on Thanksgiving evening, like waiting for futures to open, be like, "Oh, it's not good over there in Europe." These fucking what was it? The
was it Greece?
Cypriot? I think it was the Cypriot banks.
Yes, they all got hit.
I'm like, how much exposure could these banks in Cyprus possibly have that they're bringing down the entire goddamn European Union?
Well, also, you get to 2018 was an interesting holiday season, which is like you're waiting. What was that? Christmas, right around.
Yeah, but
Christmas.
that was later on. That wasn't Thanksgiving. You're right.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was. Thanksgiving was a little funky because there was like a volatility, and then the crash just continued through December. That was.
Dude, I was long so many bonds. And I remember Christmas Eve market being open and I'm roasting a pig at an Airbnb in Miami. And as I'm roasting the pig, I'm covering all my bonds, right? Selling all the bonds. And the market, I think that the market bottomed that day. Stock market bottomed that day. Now, if I was really good, I would have sold all my bonds and bought stocks. I didn't do that, to be clear. But I did sell all my bonds that day because it was Christmas Eve. I'm drinking some champagne, roasting a pig, having a great time, making all this money. I'm like, it's time. It's time to sell the bonds. And then that was, that trade actually paid for my wedding. I got married like, 6 months later, roughly 6-7 months later.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I remember that very, very well. But the Thanksgiving shenanigans, if you recall, was it, I'm trying to see, 2011 or 2012? I think it was 2011.
2011, okay.
2011,
yeah.
I'm looking at it right
2010. Now. Yeah, but
by 2012, they had already bottomed. Yeah, this is 2011. Shit was hitting the fan. Yep. Mm. It was nasty. But that was a great buying opportunity. If you bought Thanksgiving of 2011, you made a lot of money in the coming 6, 12, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Hot Pepper knows about the Cajachina. Hell yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't think about, the opportunities that kind of come into play sometimes during the season where we do have these pullbacks once in a while. Sometimes it's an opportunity. Most of the time it's an opportunity to buy, especially like when we're having sentiment this bad and we're literally just having kind of a normal pullback within a very strong primary uptrend. So I think it's probably short-lived. I would say this thing's going to probably start to rip and probably move into the end of the year. I wouldn't see any reason to bet against that at the moment.
Precious metals acting really well, Jason. Silver still right at that 50 level. Just not giving anything back. I continue to be like, wow, it's very impressive to me. Any thoughts there?
Yes. I think the precious metals are just, once again, it's the environment. And so, if you look at the return table, like the environment we're in is just very positive for precious metals. Real yields keep falling. We have the yield curve steepening, meaning the 2 years are outperforming the 10 years. And we continue to see that, talking about the yields to the downside, bonds to the upside. But yeah, if we look at this one, you're basically seeing like we're in a bull steepening. And a bull steepening is where liquidity is loosening. And so as liquidity is getting looser, meaning dollars are being flooded in the system, the dollar's being debased a little bit at that time as well. So if we're seeing all of that, we're usually seeing a nice uptrend in gold. And as you can see, the bottoms even coincide with bottoms in gold. So I think this is a very positive environment still for gold. I think it's a very positive environment for silver and the gold miners. And until that really changes, like I'd say, like that's the place you still want to be. A lot of people are going to go, oh man, it moved a bunch. We have this huge move upside in gold. It can't continue. It's got to crash at some point. You could say that about just about anything, of course. But this is the right environment. The intermarket analysis keeps telling us there's more upside to go. So we still like gold. We still like the gold miners. Still like silver miners a lot.
I mean, gold went, copper's been going. When oil?
When oil? That's the big question. So for me, I'm looking towards.
I'm long AF.
Nice.
Not
Are you?
Not
Nice.
the oil futures, but the stocks.
Nice.
I got refiners. I got oil services. I got explorers and producers. I got integrateds. I own the index, right? I got a nice diversified portfolio of oil and gas.
No, I like it because it's really if you're looking at that, the energy sector as a whole, and you'd go, okay, I want to own the strongest names in this sector. And that's kind of where I'm at the moment. It's just kind of like, okay, the refiners, let's take those. Good trades. A lot of good trades in there at the moment. Okay, international. We're seeing a lot of international oil and gas stocks outperforming. So we want to be in those. But we really want to see the ETF as a whole for XLE get above 90, get a good close above 98, and then a good close above 101. And so if we can get above those levels, like I think this thing's going to take off. And if you look at the volatility of these things, we're in a huge volatility squeeze for XLE. We're in a massive volatility squeeze for CRB. If we break out of these levels, like that's going to be a very violent move to the upside. And I think it's going to happen very quickly. And I just think we're around that time. Like for me, it's okay, we're seeing relative strength in a seasonally weak period for the energy sector at the moment. That's very bullish. And now we're getting to the end of the year where it is a strong seasonal period, getting to year end into January, February. So that's a strong period for energy, strong period for oil. So if like we can continue to see this relative strength and then move it through the year end into next year like that, I think this thing's going to take off. I think it's going to be the trade that everybody's going to go, man, I've been hating on it for so long, and then it's taken off and everybody's going to want to be in it.
A trade like that, Jason, does it last days, weeks, or months?
Months. Because we're looking at a big structural bull like here. Like we're looking at, okay, XLE, if you look at that chart long term, you see this massive trend up from 2020 from the lows. And then you get a consolidation from 2022 till today. That's a long-term consolidation. And then if we break out from that, that's probably just going. Like I can't see that looking back. And once again, it's like we've had a lot of start and stop. So a lot of people have gone, okay, this isn't going to happen. But we haven't seen that major breakout yet. And that 101 levels, the highs from 2014. So if we're looking at that 101 level, that thing's going to take off and never look back. And see, if you look at the Strazza indicator, you see the monthly PPO. Like we get a cross there. We get a breakout above those 2014 highs. We get above that, especially the resistance we're in today, which is that level would be 98. If we get above all that, like I can't see any reason why this thing can't just go higher for a long period of time, possibly years, maybe not months, possibly years.
We'll all be watching very closely to see if or when this happens. Because
And make sure
I
everyone
remember
watches
where I
it.
was in the summer of 08. I remember what I was drinking, who I was with. I could smell it. 17 years later, here we're still here.
Yep.
It's wild.
All right. Like I said, Jason and I are going to go live, and I guess I suppose Steve and maybe JC. It'll be live Thursday morning. Very casual. I don't even know if we have a time yet, but let's just call it 9 o'clock. And then we'll talk markets. It'll be a fun little Thanksgiving stream. So, Jason, good
I'm
idea.
excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And what's the video from Friday? Jason and I went on, gave a very thorough
That's right.
breakdown of the commodities market right now and the big opportunities that we're seeing there going forward. And I think that was a very important and timely live event that we held.
That's right.
Friday night, by the way.
Great stream, guys. Yeah, it's on the YouTube
Strazza,
channel.
before we get into recess, I know you had some thoughts on China.
Yeah.
You want to save it?
Throw them up real quick. It's too important to save, Spencer. These stocks move 5% in a day. You're already seeing popping this morning. Go to the index first. Let me see the K-Web. Do we have the K-Web?
K-Web up 2% this morning. No big deal.
So there's a big level in these Chinese indexes right now, whereas whether it's FXI, K-Web, CQQQ, the MCHI, whatever, they completed massive multi-year rounding bottom patterns in a big way, reacted higher, and now they're retesting from above, right? If these are just textbook retests and we dig in at these big levels, call it like 38-ish in K-Web. I don't think we have the chart ready, but 38-ish in K-Web, we dig in there and start moving higher. I think stocks like Alibaba, Baidu, and some of the other big techs out there, the magnificent sevens of China, will be some of the single best opportunities heading into year end. I think they're going to chase these stocks. They're going to chase them in a big way. They've been the leaders. They've been better than the U.S. growth stocks. Money managers know this. They want to be in them. They want to send their clients their statements at the end of the year showing that they were in them. They're going to chase stocks like Baba and Baidu, and these things are going to run into year end. If they fail these tops, throw them up real quick.
Window dressing for China. Never thought I'd see the day.
They completed. Okay, there's the K-Web. Now let's do the Baba. That's the K-Web, big level. Digs in, little scoop there, and a go. And then you have these little tactical tops. And something like Baba. Bears had a chance. They shook it lower. We're gapping higher, back above this little neckline today. This is a failed top. This is a scoop and score setup. Baidu, same thing. Big level here. They tried to knock it down. Big earnings last week or the week before. Now I think we're going to be off to the races. If we can hold these support levels, start moving higher, I love these two stocks. We're long.
All right. You guys are getting me bullish, all bought up on energy and China.
Well, I own a ton of China, and I own more energy than China, but I'm in China. I'm in it.
Both are the places to be.
All right, let's do a quick recess.
Can't save everybody.
Do it.
You can't. No, you can't.
So my wife tells me, "All right, we're going to a reindeer farm." Yesterday, right? So like in my head, I'm like, okay, reindeer farm. It's probably like one of these Christmas, little carnival situations with all kinds of, doohickeys and maybe like a Santa Claus, like, reindeer farm. No.
You could put antlers on goats.
Let me tell you something. This was a legit reindeer farm with real fucking reindeers, bro. Look at this.
Caribou?
These are real reindeers.
What do they call these? Caribou, right?
No. Reindeers.
No, they're not real.
Yes. They're
Reindeers
from.
are literally
I
not
learned
real.
more about reindeers yesterday. I was the only one listening. Nobody gave a fuck, but I was
These are
listening
not
to the
real
lady.
animals.
I was asking questions. They are from the Arctic.
Is this an AI picture?
They're real. They're real animals, Steve. They're
No.
real.
No, they're real animals. They don't fly though. Stratton.
AI.
They don't fly. So listen to this. Listen to this. So the bulls,
So they
call
don't
them, these
fly.
are the males. These are the males.
And they're
Like
not real.
during mating season, they get very aggressive, right? So what they do is they separate the males in their own houses on the farm, and each male gets like 2 or 3 females for the whole season.
I don't know about this, JC.
I'm telling you right now. Throw up the next one. These are real reindeers. Not only that, they lose their horns every year. They lose their horns.
Oh.
And so it doesn't hurt them. It's like a tooth, like, a loose tooth just falling out. Like, it's all good. And then what's really cool is that they save all the horns.
I was going to say, what happens to the old ones?
Nothing. They just stack them up in a closet somewhere. So they were handing them around during the demonstration. Dude, these fucking things are humongous. Like, the older the reindeer, the bigger the horns, right? Or not the horns, the antlers.
The antlers.
Dude, these things are humongous. And then they got this like little furry outside, this little fuzzy stuff, and which falls off also, and they keep that. You can feel it. Fascinating. True. Real reindeer farms out here in the Poconos. They import them up from the Arctic.
They
It's
import
really
the
cool.
reindeer.
I don't know though. It's internet these days. Wild.
I was there. I was at the farm.
Okay.
That's the
Beautiful
farm. There it
animals.
is. You see
Beautiful
those little
animals.
houses in the back? Those are the different harems, right? So you got like the bull, they call them, with the females.
They must be cold out there. Yeesh.
They're from the Arctic. The problem is when it gets
Poor
hot.
things.
This isn't their
Oh,
problem.
I was
The
going to
problem
say
is when
it
the
doesn't
humidity
get
comes
like
in.
all that
Terrible.
cold for most of the year in the Poconos. So how do they? I don't know. How do they live? That's weird.
I
Well-
just told you, it's not the heat that's the issue. It's the humidity. And then
Oh.
so they got like
No.
these big fans in the barns, and they love the fans, I guess. They just sit there next to the fan the whole summer.
Hey JC, don't you know a guy that is using crypto mining to power stuff? You should hook them up. You should mine the Bitcoin to power the fans to cool the reindeer.
Yeah.
Fans,
You know.
fans don't use that much electricity. It's just a fan, bro.
But they definitely have
I don't know that.
reindeers.
And you're not using the power from Bitcoin mining. They're using the heat. It's two different
Okay,
things, Spencer.
Whatever.
No
Fine.
power.
Okay, moving on.
It's not
Jay-
viable.
Jason, do you have anything? Steve, do you have anything?
Yeah, somebody said, give me a Chinese energy stock, DQ on strength. Boom, there it is by the base.
Look, they got reindeers in Canada. Spencer, Canada is north of the Bronx.
Wait, they're illegal in Canada, reindeers?
They're not illegal.
Oh.
No, I think
Canada-
it's like their I think
Canada-
it's their country mascot.
Canada also south of Detroit. Fun fact. Jason, you got anything?
No, I was
What's a follow-up?
I was actually gonna bring some wasp stuff today, and I was like, oh, I got some cool wasp stuff. Then I was like, it's gonna creep everybody out. I'll just keep it out. But JC bringing up the reindeer stuff, I was like, maybe I should have just kept the theme going. But no,
Whatever.
just basic public service announcement, which is like it's the end of the year. Wasps are all dying. That's why they come for your food. They're not trying to kill you. They're just hungry, and they're gonna die. So that's it. So don't wave them off. Don't swat at them. Like, if you're really afraid of them, let them have your food and walk away. If I go out to eat on a picnic, this is a good way to think about it. You can grab a little bit of jam, put it to the side, and they will go after that and stay away from you if you do see them.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's it.
We gotta have
just-
Jason on to tell us more about bees.
Oh,
Seriously.
we could do a whole episode on that.
He's just living his life, feeding the bees along the way. What a guy.
Yeah, love them, man. Love them. The wasps and the bees. Somebody on Twitter the other day was like, "Man, you have a special type of autism," and I was like, "Thank you."
Let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey, tomorrow's guest, Craig Johnson from Piper, will be on the show tomorrow. So
Great.
it's gonna be fun.
Haven't talked to
And yeah, it's been a minute. So thanks for watching. Drop us a like. We'll see you around. All right. Go
See you later, guys.
We're gonna end the show.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off.